Hey GP learners, so we're going to show you how to play GP Dice Training, and we're here live at Aircon, final day, and we just thought we'd wrap it up by showing you how to play this game that is designed to help your GP trainees understand risk management, resource management, and working under pressure as well, as Andy's experienced when we tried this a couple of times yesterday.
Yeah, so we tried a few times yesterday, so it was a lot of fun. I think it's a good way to teach those skills to GP trainees. I'm just going to play the part of a GP trainee here and just sort of bounce off Gandhi, and we will show you how it works.
Yeah, and as we mentioned, if you want to check it out, obviously this is a print and play game, so whilst the components may not look amazingly, this is designed so that you can actually just print it off at work and use this fairly quickly and easily with your GP trainees. As you can see, there's a variety of pieces in front of us. I've sleeved all the cards and stuff after cutting them and things, and it's fairly simple to do. In order to do it, you need the PDF document that you've downloaded and print it off and cut into pieces. You will also need 3 dice per player, and they can be any kind of dice, but we've color-coded them just so that it makes it easier and stuff. And that's pretty much all you need to play this game. The premise of the game is that you are a GP trainee trying to complete the curriculum, which is what these different cases are. So each one represents a different part of the curriculum. And as Andy's suggestion, as we develop this, we're probably going to have more theming stuff, like the cases are actual areas, clinical areas, that kind of stuff, and a bit more theming in terms of the power cards and stuff that we have. The idea is that you need to collect 1 of each of the cases by rolling the relevant numbers with your dice. There is a limitation in terms of how many cards you can take each turn. There is a speed element by being the first one to select which ones you're going to take, and there are certain restrictions that you have each player, and these are your learning needs, and they vary in terms of complexity. So as a GPST1, your learning needs are fairly simple. So for example, this is an example I've got. You must have 2 number 6 tokens in order to complete your clinic. So in order for me to finish, not only do I need 1 of each number, I must also have 2 number 6s. Andy, what have you got?
2 number 9s. So I guess I might have additional learning needs in the area of 9, which maybe that's dermatology, maybe it's something else, I guess.
Yeah. As you progress, you may want to play with slightly more complex cards. So we've got the GPST2 ones. So mine is you cannot collect the number 6 token until you have the number 9 token. So a slight restriction, but not massive one. What have you got?
Okay, so a little bit more stringent. So 2 number 5s and 8 tokens to complete your clinic. So I believe I need 2 number 5s and 2 number 8 tokens to complete my clinic.
And if you're going for a bit more pressure, you can go to the GPST3 cards. So if you roll a double next turn, you must only use 2 dice to roll. So that's a limitation in terms of the resources I have.
And you may not use the number 4 dice to make a token. So you can't use number 4s anywhere during the game, I guess.
Yeah, and as Andy saw yesterday, for me, that was a massive restriction and the reason why he won. In addition, for more overview impacts, if you want to really straighten the kind of learning skills and the aspects of it, we also have the GP cards, which these are the ones that affect everybody. So these only affect individual players. These, if you want to play with them, affects everyone. We've got a variety here. So this one, the practice supply, only has 1 extra token, the number of players. There are no tokens in the supply. You must take a token from another player. I'll explain why that's relevant in a second. Practice manager, clinicians may not exchange tokens for other ones at all. Challenging. A locum one, if you have this card, it's a bit trickier. So it passes between players, and if you have it, then unfortunately you can't complete your clinic. You need to get rid of it first. GP1, clinicians may not use the number 2 die to make a token. That's a real relevance because a lot of them you will need the number 2 and stuff. So that's an example. We're not going to play with those right now because that does make it a little bit more complicated for demonstration purpose, but it does make it a lot more fun.
Are there going to be GP fellowship cards or GP trainer cards in the future?
Well, there is a GP trainer card in there somewhere, so yep, definitely that one. In terms of how the roll works, so basically each turn you roll 3 dice, so here you roll and then you get various different numbers. Mine are 6, 4 and 6. I can take a maximum of 2 cards, so I could use any combination of those to take whatever cards I wanted, as long as I've got no restrictions here. So I could take, for example, a 6 and a 4. I could take a 6 and combine this 6 and a 4 to make a 10. I can't take 2 of the same number on the same turn, so you can't do that. And there's an added restriction that if you've already got one of the numbers, you can only take 1 of them. So, for example, if I already had a 6 and a 4, I can't take both a 6 and a 4 again. Okay. Is that clear, Andy?
It is clear, yes.
And the last rule that we've got, if you had real challenges doing things, what you can do is return any 3 cards that you have back to the supply instead of taking them from the roll, and then you can choose one of the cases that you needed to have.
Good. Unless your learning needs mean that you cannot do that.
Yes, unless you've got a restriction that prevents you from doing that. So we're just going to do a couple of turns just to show you how it works and stuff. So are you ready, Andy?
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, I'll choose. I'm going to have a 10 and a 4.
So Andy clearly much quicker than me on that particular one. I had a 6, a 4 and a 2. So given that, I probably take the 2 and I'll take it as a 10. I've got no restrictions that mean that I can't do that, so that's fine. And then you keep those in front of you. So far, we've both got 2 of the cases we needed and no issues. So ready, 3, 2, 1, go. Hand up. I'm going to go for, I've got a 2 and a 4 and a 2, so I'm going to do a 6 and a 2 again. I can only take 1, so I got, in terms of that, so that works. So I'm going to take a 2 and a 6.
Okay, I got a 2, 3 and a 5, so I'm going to go for a 2.
Ooh. Sorry, Andy, I made a mistake. I can't take the number 6 unless I've already got the number 9.
Oh my goodness.
So I've just made an error, so I can't take anything because I made that error.
Okay, well I've got a 2, 3 and 5, so I'm going to take a 2 and a 3. Just keeping myself organised here. I'm an organised trainee.
Fair enough.
Keeping my portfolio organised.
Alright, let's go again then. Okay?
I'm going to go.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to take just a 6. That's what I really do. No, cool, doesn't. No, 6.
Okay, so Andy's went a bit quicker than I am. I've got a 6, a 1 and a 2, so I'm actually going to collect that 9 that I need so I can get the 6 later on. Just to pause there, so as you can see in the previous turn, I tried to be a lot quicker, made a bit of an error there, yeah? And unfortunately, that's part of the challenge of this game. You're trying to be quicker so you can get to the resources faster, basically, but also trying not to make a mistake. And in some ways, this helps to speed up your processing, your risk management, your resource management, but also if you are the type of person that needs a bit more time, actually you may do a bit better, because then you're less likely to make a mistake. It's trying to suggest those different outcomes and stuff. And basically, that's how the game plays out throughout the whole thing. So if you're the first person to get at least 1 of every single case and complete your learning needs, as soon as you've done that, you've won, okay? And that's the game. How does this help? Well, like I said, the whole point is it's testing those rapid assessment skills. And in doing this with various GP trainees over the past couple of years, one of the things they have told me is that they have felt it has helped in understanding the complexity of what general practice does. And the best comment I've actually had is one of my trainees said, it kind of feels like how I feel when I'm analysing my pathology inbox. And yeah, that's kind of the point, is to give you that challenge, that stress and stuff. And actually by doing this, it may help with some of the processing aspects. And hopefully be a little bit fun as well.
Yeah, and I like the idea of doing it in groups, with a number of people, a number of trainees. I think it highlights the requirement to cover sort of a broad area of the curriculum, not just focus on the types of cases that are easy to get or that you enjoy. And all trainees are different and have different learning needs, but we all have some learning needs. So I think that's a helpful lesson really for everybody. So yeah, I enjoyed it.
So if you are interested in getting a hold of this, like I said, you can do so. So like many of the other games I've developed for general practice, specifically to help with the teaching side of things, is available. And the link for that's probably coming up for it. Hopefully you can see that and stuff. And if you want to help grab a hold of it, feel free to do so. And let me know what you think. So I would absolutely love some feedback on this game in particular. Hope you found that useful, everybody, and we will always catch you next time as we continue to tech enhance your primary care and learning.
Right, thanks, Gandhi.